Hello everyone, this is the Umdos team. I'm Kane.
And I'm Ace.
Today, we would like to welcome you to our first Protectus Clash devlog. In this series, we will share our overall experiences making this game, as well as provide updates regarding its development.
But before we get to that, let's first answer a simple question. What is Protectus Clash?
Protectus Clash is meant to be a free-to-play, single-player, superhero card game with roguelite elements. The gameplay looks like this. The player starts each round with a choice between two unique cards from the deck, then selects one of them to draw it. Once the card is drawn, the player will have 4 cards in hand. The player then needs to play a card on any of the available slots and confirm the action by pressing the End Turn button. After that, the enemy will play their card and the combat will begin. Combat takes place on a board which consists of 3 lanes. The traits, this is how we call units, in the first row will engage in combat, going from left to right lane. If player and enemy traits are positioned on the same lane, they will strike each other. If a trait has no other target in its path, it will strike the opposing character. Once the combat ends on each lane, the next round begins with main player drawing a card again. This gameplay continues until any of the characters' health is reduced below 0 or when both characters run out of cards. Character with the higher health wins. One of the things that makes Protectus Clash different from other card games is the lack of energy cost. All cards are free. However, you can only play 1 card per turn. So now the question is, who do you play as?
You can choose to play as any of the 5 protectors, each having unique cards and mechanics associated with them. First character is Volt, a vigilante who uses electric gadgets and his fists to punish criminals. His gameplay is all about striking, which is why we decided for his main keyword to be double attack. You can also play as a dragon, a modern ninja who, thanks to his clan, gained the ability called Dragon Aspect, which allows him to increase his strength or even heal his wounds. His main keywords are Stealth, which causes traits to pass through enemy defenses, and Fury, which doubles a trait's damage for a certain duration. Third option is Omen, a former cancer patient who absorbed an alien life form during a risky surgery. His powers make him doubt what he should sacrifice for the greater good, which is why we decided to make him benefit from destroying and damaging his own traits. His main keyword is Lifesteal. If you like to turn things around, Blink is your guy. He's an acrobatic trickster with a playful heart, who has the ability to teleport. That's why his traits get stronger from movement. His main keyword is Shift. It allows traits to swap places and attack one after another. And finally, you can play as Nex, an ultimate hunter who seeks vengeance for the experiments he and other people had to endure. He can use his gunblades and enhanced body to kill enemies faster than anyone else. Because of that, we gave him access to 2 keywords. Quick Attack, which allows its rate to strike before its target, and Pierce, which allows its rate to also strike an enemy behind its target. If you want to find out more about these characters or the gameplay, be sure to check out our Discord channel. Link is in the description of this video. Now, let's move on to the core of this announcement. In Protector's Clash and many other roguelite card games, the most fun should come out of combining unique powers and upgrades with each other. We already have concepts of how to implement similar features. However, before we get to that point, we first need to create a solid foundation for it. There would be no reason to add roguelite elements if the core gameplay is unstable, which is why we want to create a standard combat demo first. If people are satisfied with it, then we will be confident to add various systems to the game. Here is the roadmap of what we need to do before the release of the combat demo. The first step of a roadmap is the visual update. Its purpose is to add visual representation of effects, like lane damage or slot damage. It will also include a light burst effect, which will be seen whenever its rate is revealed. Once we finish that, we will move on to the UI update. In this step, we'll lift all of the user interface up, including combat windows and all menu screens. Step 3 is the tutorial update. This stage of development will be all about adding tooltips which explain how the game works on the fly. Then, we'll start working on the sound effects update, in which we'll be adding a small number of sounds to the game. The last step is the quality of life update. It will be about fixing bugs and improving the feel of the game. It may also contain features which were missed from previous updates. After this step is completed, we will finally be able to release the combat demo on Steam. In the combat demo, you will be able to play as any of the 5 characters, each having 2 pre-built decks to choose from. You will also have the option to select the character and deck for your opponent. Once you're ready to go, you will face off against the AI in a simple combat match. Overall, we think we chose a manageable scope for this project. While starting with standard combat may seem a bit unexciting, we believe it will allow us to get feedback sooner, which will help us determine the best direction for this game. That being said, we do have some early drafts for the roguelite systems. While the names don't give too much out yet, you can already speculate their purpose. One thing we can spoil is that in Protector's Clash, deck building will happen before the run begins, not during it. We're really excited about these updates, but as we mentioned before, we first need to finish the combat demo, then we can move on to the more crazy stuff.
Thanks for watching this devlog. Future videos will have a slightly different structure. They will showcase content we have already developed, explain issues we faced, and how we fixed them. They will also contain a card art section, in which Ace will describe the process of creating miniature renders for specific cards. And lastly, we will always try to give an update on our progress related to the roadmap.
As we mentioned before, if you want to know more about the Protectors and the development of this project, feel free to join our Discord channel. You will find their gameplay information, character details, and their bios.
And if you want to support this project even further, be sure to check out our Patreon. Once you become a member, you will be able to get exclusive content and an early access to some of our work. We appreciate your help.
Before we say our goodbyes, we have an additional announcement to make. Once you join our Discord channel, you may see a paid request section. In this particular section, you will be able to create an order related to the game and get paid for it. Our budget is limited, so we might only accept a few requests per month. However, we think it's worth to reward people who would like to play a part in sharing Protector's characters with the rest of the world. For now, we only take money made to related offers, but if you have some fan arts in mind, we can discuss them there too.
Well, that would be it for the announcement devlog. Once again, thanks for watching. You will hear from us soon.
Bye guys, see you in the next devlog.